What I watched in May, let's get into the video. My watch list, episode 21, let's get into it, guys. First movie up that I watched is this one. I've shown this in a haul video. This is 2 Days in New York. This is directed by Julie Delpy and stars Julie Delpy and Chris Rock. A delightfully eccentric comedy is what The Guardian says on the cover here. It's really, really funny. I really enjoyed it, and I didn't realise it was the second movie of 2 movies, but you could watch it as a standalone and it really works. It's really funny. Julie Delpy is dating Chris Rock, and her father, the sister, and an ex-boyfriend come to visit, and it's kind of funny, and the language barrier and all that sort of stuff. It's really, really funny. Definitely worth a watch. If you have not seen 2 Days in New York, I recommend giving it a watch. Next one up on the watch list was the 100th anniversary of Nosferatu, the silent horror movie, if you guys are familiar with it. I'd never actually seen it. There was a screening of it on the cinema, so myself and my girlfriend went to see it. Really interesting stuff, guys. I love the old school 4:3 aspect ratio, the square kind of aspect ratio. I have reviewed some silent movies here on the channel way back when, if you want to check those out. But I love with the silent movies how the score and the music kind of can drive the story at times, and you get those intertitles, I believe they're called, the kind of title cards explaining what's going on in the story and stuff, obviously because it's a silent movie. And yeah, really interesting stuff. So if you're a horror fan and you haven't seen Nosferatu, I do recommend that one as well. Another one up here, I don't actually have the physical media to show you guys, but we rented Pan's Labyrinth from the library, the DVD. It was a really, really cool kind of special edition, a Spanish version. I'd never seen it. Guillermo del Toro is the director of that one, and it was really, really interesting movie. I did enjoy it. It was a lot more to do with, I felt there was a lot more kind of wartime kind of content in it than I thought there would be upon this first watch here of Pan's Labyrinth. But yeah, I did enjoy it. It was really, really cool. Again, if you haven't seen it, I would recommend giving that one a watch. Next one up was a Netflix watch, actually, guys. Streaming a couple of things here and there on Netflix throughout May. This was The Mystery of Marilyn Monroe. Those kind of interview tapes, audio tapes. Again, it was an interesting documentary. If you're familiar with the channel and you've watched for a while, you know I am a big fan of Marilyn Monroe, and I love a good murder mystery and a murder documentary and all that sort of good stuff. But for me, there wasn't a lot of new information in there. It's rehashing like all the old kind of conspiracy theories and just putting it forth in a new package for possibly, you know, more likely a new audience of Netflix viewers to see. But I'd always watch a Marilyn documentary if there's one around, and this one was called The Mystery of Marilyn Monroe. Next one up, guys, you know I had been reviewing the Batman movies on 4K on the channel, so The Dark Knight was the next one up in that series that I watched. So again, if you want to hear my full thoughts on The Dark Knight, do check out its individual video review here on the channel. Next one up was the first movie, as I mentioned earlier on, guys. This is 2 Days in Paris, the first one of the double bill there, if you will, of 2 Days in Paris and 2 Days in New York. So once again, this is directed by Julie Delpy and this stars Adam Goldberg. So this is originally who she's dating at the time of this movie, of this set in 2 Days in Paris, and then you jump kind of later into the 2 Days in New York. So again, I found this one not as funny as 2 Days in New York. This has a little bit more dark humor than 2 Days in New York, but again, quite funny. I did enjoy it, never heard of it at all. 2007, so if you have not seen it, 2 Days in New York and 2 Days in Paris, if you wanted to watch them back to back, you could, but 2 Days in Paris, yeah, definitely worth a watch if you come across this one. So we continued on with the Batman reviews, guys. So The Dark Knight Rises was the next one up that I watched here throughout May. Again, if you want to know my full thoughts on these, I would recommend you check out those individual review videos, because I can discuss the movies a lot more and save some time here on this video. And then after The Dark Knight Rises, I went straight into Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition. I love this version, guys. This is the one with the restored IMAX scenes, and I broke that down really well, I think, in the review video of this. So if you want to see the difference between IMAX and like non-IMAX and what they've done to change the aspect ratio of this movie, do check out that video. Another trip to the cinema, we saw this Irish movie, guys, called The Quiet Girl, which was really, really interesting. I liked how it was shot. It was shot with that old kind of 4:3 aspect ratio again. I couldn't find much about the movie online. I don't know if it was shot on film. It looked to me like there was some grain in there, but I imagine it was probably shot digitally these days, and they've just cropped the picture in for that 4:3 aspect ratio. It's an Irish language movie, so it's Irish is being spoken in it. It's a real slow-paced movie. Was interesting, not my kind of taste, but it was interesting in the slow pacing and how it was shot and how it was all put together. So that was another trip to the cinema in May. Few more streaming things, guys, to wrap up the May watch list. Obi-Wan Kenobi the series debuted on Disney Plus, so I watched episode 1 and 2, as did the world at the time when it came out. My reaction video to episode 1 and 2 is on the channel if you'd like to hear more of my thoughts, but I am enjoying it. I know a lot of people aren't. I did like it, and I think we will have some good things to come in the remaining 4 episodes of that. And finally, last one up, guys, for the May watch list, I checked out Ricky Gervais' Supernature, I believe it's called. I like Ricky Gervais, he's quite funny. I loved him in The Office, the original UK Office years ago. I think his shows are quite funny. He's quite funny. He has that kind of sense of humour. And that sort of stuff that I find funny. Again, not for everybody. It might be offensive to some people, some of his jokes and stuff like that, but I did enjoy it, and that's on Netflix. So that wraps up episode 21 of my watch list. Everything I watched in May, guys. I would love for you to get involved with the video. Jump in the comments down below. Let me know what you watched. Let me know what you think of what I watched. That's what it's all about here, guys. Having some conversations about TV and movies here on the channel. If you would like to support the Movie Vault, the #1 way you can do it, guys, is by liking this video, sharing it around the place. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell to get notified every time I post a new video. Thanks is now enabled below this video here if you want to make a one-time donation, or if you would like to see exclusive content that's not featured here on the main channel, Patreon and YouTube membership, guys, links are in the description. €1 per month gets you access to 10+ hours of bonus content right now, this minute. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Stay safe, and I will see you on the next one.